What if everything you thought you knew about Pamela Anderson was just a piece of the puzzle? What if the woman who graced our screens as a blonde bombshell with a perfect life was actually fighting to reclaim her identity and purpose in the world? No wonder she shocked everyone with her reinvention. This isn't just a story about fame. This is the untold journey of growth, self-discovery, and transformation. Pamela Anderson was more than just a name. It was a brand, a legend. From her days on Baywatch to her Playboy covers to the never-ending paparazzi flashes that followed her every move, Pamela embodied the 90s fantasy. But what if we told you that all of that success came with an immense personal cost? Beneath the beauty, the fame, and the headlines, there was a woman struggling with the weight of living up to the world's expectations. Pamela's rise to superstardom was rapid, almost too fast to comprehend. She went from being a small-town girl in British Columbia to a global sensation, a household name known for her beauty, her role on Baywatch, and her never-ending allure. But let's dig deeper. What does it feel like to have millions of eyes watching your every move? To be seen only for your looks, your sex appeal, while the world ignores the complexities of your true self? It's easy to imagine the glamour and the red carpets, but what was happening behind closed doors? Pamela's life, as the world knew it, was a constant balancing act between fame and identity. And as she climbed higher on the fame ladder, her personal life began to unravel. The pressure to remain perfect, the constant media scrutiny, and the relationships that crumbled under the weight of it all created an image of a woman who had it all, but was slowly losing herself in the process. Then came the breaking point. The moment when Pamela could no longer run from herself. She had it all: fame, wealth, the attention of the world. But was it enough? In the wake of her high-profile marriage, public controversies, and personal losses, Pamela realized that the world's vision of her was nothing but a fractured reflection of her true essence. The tabloids didn't capture the real Pamela. They didn't show the woman behind the smile, the heartache behind the headlines. She was living in a constant battle to meet society's expectations, and somewhere along the way, she lost touch with who she was. But here's the twist. Instead of continuing down that path, Pamela made a choice that would change her life forever. She chose to step away from the chaos, from the fame, from the scripts written for her by others. She chose reinvention, a powerful act of letting go of the past to reclaim her future. Pamela Anderson's story isn't just about rejecting the fame. It's about finding herself, starting over in a way that no one expected. After years of being trapped in a manufactured persona, Pamela realized that to heal, she needed to return to her roots. She immersed herself in self-care, shifted her lifestyle, and dove into things that brought her real joy: gardening, plant-based living, and finding solace in nature. This was no longer about maintaining a public image. It was about nurturing her soul. Pamela began to write her own story. Literally. She penned a cookbook, I Love You, Recipes from the Heart, filled with more than just recipes. It was a testament to the healing process she had gone through, a new philosophy on life, love, and food. Through each recipe, she was telling the world that the key to her healing wasn't just about physical nourishment. It was about nourishing her heart, her spirit, and learning to love herself. Her journey wasn't just about physical transformation. It was about emotional and spiritual growth. She opened up about her struggles, vulnerabilities, and the deep pain she'd carried for years. By embracing these challenges, she found herself stronger, more empowered, and ready to create the life she'd always dreamed of. Pamela's evolution was far from over. She didn't just find herself, she found her purpose. She became an advocate for the causes she deeply cared about, using her platform to speak up for animals, the environment, and the rights of women. But this wasn't a woman who had given up on fame. No, she redefined fame on her terms. She used it to spread love, compassion, and understanding. As a mother, she embraced the power of family, her greatest source of strength. And as a global icon, she realized that her real power lay in vulnerability, in embracing the complexities of life and sharing her truth with the world. Pamela started to focus less on the spotlight and more on leaving a meaningful legacy. The more she gave back, the more she healed. And in that healing, she began to find the happiness she had longed for. Now, as Pamela stands in her new chapter, it's clear that she's not the same woman who once graced magazine covers. She's a woman who's grown through adversity, through mistakes, through heartbreak. And her story isn't just one of reinvention, it's one of acceptance, of knowing that the person you once were doesn't define the person you are becoming. Pamela's life teaches us that reinvention is possible at any stage. It's a reminder that we are never bound by our past and that we have the power to reshape our future. So, what can we learn from Pamela Anderson's story? That transformation is not a one-time event. It's a journey, one that we must embrace fully without fear or hesitation. It's about healing, growing, and ultimately finding peace within ourselves. If Pamela's journey inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with more untold stories of resilience and reinvention. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What's your personal story of transformation? Let's keep the conversation going.